Chosen one, what I'm about to share with you is urgent. This is not a suggestion, it is a divine command. Right now, God is speaking directly to your soul, calling you to find a sacred sleeping spot and lie down immediately. This is more than rest. This is a spiritual reset, a powerful shift in your life that is happening at this very moment. If you ignore this call, you risk missing the blessings, breakthroughs, and divine opportunities already knocking at your door. The universe is aligning in your favor, but it requires your surrender. You must fall asleep, not just physically, but spiritually, to allow this transformation to take hold. Chosen one, your prayers, your desires, and your dreams are no longer distant hopes. They are moving toward you faster than you can imagine. But readiness is key. Before you continue, I want you to pause this video and comment the number 999. Let it be a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. A declaration that you are fully aligned with God's timing. This small act amplifies the power of what is about to unfold in your life. I also want to take a moment to thank you. Thank you for being here, for opening your heart, and for allowing this message to reach your spirit. For those of you who have supported this channel through super thanks, know that your generosity helps spread divine wisdom to more souls. And even if you haven't donated, your presence and attention are deeply appreciated. God sees you, and your faith is already activating miracles. Now, chosen one, do not delay. Find your sleeping spot. Lie down and surrender completely. Step into this moment with faith and expectation, because your life is about to transform in ways you never thought possible. God's chosen ones, rest, now, obey, and lie down. Chosen one, right now, a divine call reverberates through the deepest chambers of your heart, pressing upon you with a force that cannot be ignored. God is not merely suggesting, you are being commanded, summoned with urgency that echoes through eternity itself to find a sacred place of rest. This is not a casual pause or a fleeting moment to close your eyes. No, it is a divine mandate, a call to retreat from the noise, the distractions, and the relentless pressures that weigh down your spirit. Have you ever wondered why, despite all your efforts, your soul still feels weary? Could it be that God Himself is inviting you into a space where true restoration can take root? A place that ordinary people will never understand. This rest is not passive, it is preparatory. It is a sanctuary where your mind, body, and spirit align with God's eternal blueprint for your life. Exodus 33:14 reminds us, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." This is the assurance that when you obey this call, the very presence of God will accompany you. Imagine that God Himself walking beside you in your quiet, sacred retreat, whispering guidance and infusing your soul with peace. Have you noticed how the most profound clarity often arrives not in moments of busyness, but in silence? Could this be why every great prophet, every chosen servant, every person who changed the course of history spent seasons in hidden rest before their destiny unfolded? Consider Moses, who retreated into the wilderness before leading a nation, or Elijah, who found solace by the brook, renewed by angelic provision before confronting kings and prophets. Even modern examples echo this divine rhythm. Nelson Mandela endured years of imprisonment, yet it was in those quiet, forced seasons of reflection that his spirit was tempered and prepared to lead a nation. Are you ready to receive that same kind of preparation for your life? Could your current exhaustion be God's way of calling you to a higher readiness? Chosen one, do you recognize that this rest is a sacred covenant? Proverbs 3:24 declares, "When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet." Every night, every pause you take in alignment with God's directive strengthens the unseen armor around your life. Those who oppose you, those who wish to derail your purpose, cannot penetrate the shield formed in these sacred moments. Look at Oprah Winfrey, who often speaks about her periods of retreat and reflection that shaped her wisdom and amplified her influence. Could it be that your hidden place of rest is the unseen engine of your future victories? And yet, chosen one, this command is not just about personal restoration. It is about positioning yourself to step fully into the divine assignment you were born to fulfill. Psalm 127:2 says, "In vain you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves." Do you see it? The frantic activity, the restless striving, it is not the path to divine power. Obedience in resting, lying down, and trusting God's timing is. Can you imagine the shift when your enemies, your doubters, your own fears, all collide with the reality that God is preparing you in secret? While they remain unaware, history is filled with those who obeyed this hidden call. Consider Nikola Tesla, whose long hours of solitude in thought and invention birthed ideas that revolutionized the world. Or Rosa Parks, whose quiet, steadfast rest in principle set the stage for societal transformation. Even Serena Williams, who retreats into focused solitude to prepare for matches, finds power in rest before action. These moments, chosen one, are not wasted. They are sacred seeds of divine activation. Can you feel the weight of your own destiny pressing for similar obedience? As you lie down, as you obey this call, imagine the cumulative effect of every quiet moment, the energy, the clarity, the divine strategies being written into your life even now. Isaiah 40:2310-2000 reminds us, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Could it be that the very act of resting, of surrendering your schedule and your anxieties, is what allows your spiritual wings to grow? Have you ever noticed that the most brilliant breakthroughs often arrive after seasons of patient waiting, quiet reflection, and humble obedience? Chosen one, I also want to take a moment to thank you deeply for walking this journey with me. Whether you have donated through Super Thanks or not, your presence, your engagement, your willingness to receive this message matters beyond measure. If you feel called, a Super Thanks donation helps keep this work moving and ensures these messages reach those who need them most. But know this, you are valued, cherished, and appreciated regardless of contribution. Your heart's openness to the divine is the truest offering you can give. Could it be that even your participation in this spiritual community is itself a form of obedience, a stepping into a greater purpose? And so, chosen one, as you prepare to lie down tonight, receive this blessing. May your dreams be filled with divine visions. May your soul be replenished with heavenly strength. And may your spirit awaken each morning, ready to embrace the assignments God has prepared just for you. May God grant you peace that surpasses understanding, protection that cannot be seen yet terrifies all opposing forces, and clarity that lights your path even in the darkest nights. Remember, even Jesus himself withdrew to solitary places to pray and rest, teaching us the sacred rhythm of obedience through quietness. Mark 6, inoctrediva affirms. Then, because so many people were coming and going that they did not even have a chance to eat, he said to them, "Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest." Chosen one, could this moment in your life be your personal quiet place? Could it be that obedience in lying down, in trusting God's timing, is the key to unlocking blessings, revelations, and opportunities you cannot yet imagine? Let these truths resonate in your soul tonight. You are chosen, you are protected, and you are beloved by the Creator. The rest you receive now is not only deserved, it is necessary. And as you step into this obedience, may you be reminded of the countless souls who obeyed, rested, and rose to change history. From Martin Luther King Jr. to Maya Angelou, from Albert Einstein to Mother Teresa, all understood that divine rest is a sacred preparation, a hidden fountain from which greatness flows. Chosen one, do you feel that whisper in your spirit? That subtle urging that seems to rise above the chatter of your mind and the chaos of your surroundings. The sacred sleeping spot, the place God is calling you to right now, is not merely a physical location. It is the threshold to a profound awakening, a spiritual pivot that will alter the trajectory of your life in ways you cannot yet measure. Have you ever wondered why, despite all your efforts and preparations, certain doors remain closed? Could it be that God has been waiting for you to step fully into rest, to surrender completely, before the floodgates of your destiny are opened? God's voice is piercingly clear. Find your sacred resting place and lie down without delay. This is no gentle suggestion for comfort or convenience. It is a command, a divine insistence. Matthew 11:28 exhorts, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Chosen one, can you feel the weight of those words settling over your spirit? This rest is not optional, it is necessary. No matter the racing thoughts, the anxiety tugging at your mind, or the uncertainties that plague your heart, you are being called to surrender. Could it be that your resistance, your hesitation, is the only barrier standing between you and the awakening God has orchestrated for you? This is not the ordinary rest of sleep after a long day. This is sacred, transformative, divine sleep, a conduit through which your struggles are released and your soul begins to recalibrate with heaven's rhythm. Isaiah kaktuku kesakul kol promises, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." Even if doubt whispers, the call of God rings louder. Will you allow yourself to obey? Or will you let fear of the unknown keep you from the miracle already in motion? Look at the lives of those who surrendered fully. Mahatma Gandhi spent long periods in quiet contemplation and fasts, and in those moments of surrender, he discovered the moral clarity to lead an entire movement for freedom. Did he rush, or did he trust the divine timing? The answer is evident in the course of history. Falling asleep in this sacred space is a radical act of trust. Chosen one, how often do you find yourself resisting stillness, believing that productivity or constant vigilance equates to progress? Yet every great soul, every chosen leader, has known the secret power of obedience through rest. Mother Teresa, for instance, retreated into quiet prayer and solitude. Even amidst the overwhelming demands of her mission, her moments of hidden rest renewed her strength and vision for the work God had given her. Are you ready to discover that your own obedience, your willingness to lie down and trust, is a direct path to your spiritual empowerment? It is natural to feel uneasy. Our modern lives demand alertness, control, and constant engagement. You may feel guilt, anxiety, or impatience. But understand this rest is not weakness, it is the source of unimaginable strength. Even Jesus himself withdrew from the crowds, from the weight of expectation, and into solitary prayer. Mark 1:35 recounts, very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place, where he prayed. Chosen one, if the Son of God himself prioritized quiet, sacred solitude, could it be that your hesitancy is misaligned with the divine rhythm of your own life? The physical setting is equally critical. Your body must lie somewhere far removed from ordinary corners of your home, away from interruptions, noise, and distraction. Psalm 4:8 reassures, "In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." Can you visualize a hidden refuge? A secret sanctuary where your breath and heartbeat are the only sounds? Imagine the walls of this space not as barriers, but as shields of sacred energy, creating an atmosphere in which your spirit can expand, where divine transformation can unfold undisturbed. Even Nikola Tesla, in his periods of isolation and focused thought, discovered ideas that transformed technology and the modern world. Could your sacred resting place be the crucible for your own extraordinary breakthroughs? This is the moment to surrender fully, to stop striving, to release every ounce of control, and to lie down in trust. Your spiritual season of waiting is ending. Your past struggles, your persistent doubts, and the moments of wrestling with life, they have all been leading to this precise opportunity for transformation. Do you feel the urgency? Chosen one, can you sense that if you delay, the fullness of this awakening might be slowed? Real-life stories continue to demonstrate this sacred principle. Rosa Parks did not act impulsively. She allowed patience and divine timing to guide her decisions. Serena Williams retreats into focused solitude before every match, demonstrating that preparation, reflection, and rest create invincible power. Abraham, in Genesis 15:12-1-3, received revelation and covenant while he slept in divine obedience, trusting God's promise despite apparent delays. Do you see the pattern? Every chosen life is marked by obedience to the sacred pause, the quiet retreat, and the sanctified rest. Even now, chosen one, God is orchestrating a transformation that transcends comprehension. Luke 5:16 reminds us, "But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed." This is a model, a sacred blueprint. Could your obedience in retreating, in lying down, be the very mechanism through which God releases blessings, insights, and momentum in your life? Every struggle you release in trust now becomes fuel for your next season of abundance and purpose. As you prepare, know this: your rest is a sacred act of partnership with the divine. It is an acknowledgement that your strength, your clarity, and your destiny do not come from relentless striving alone, but from alignment with the eternal. Consider Abraham Lincoln, who found moments of solitude and reflection even during the nation's most turbulent times, using those quiet interludes to prepare for monumental decisions. Or Marie Curie, whose dedicated focus and quiet study in the laboratory yielded discoveries that changed science forever. Their obedience to focused, uninterrupted preparation mirrors the principle God calls you to now. Chosen one, will you lie down and trust? Will you surrender the last vestiges of doubt, resistance, and fear? Will you allow God's command to penetrate every fiber of your being and guide you into a place where sacred transformation can begin? If you do, you join the ranks of every individual who discovered that true awakening emerges from obedience, trust, and divine rest. So tonight, prepare your sanctuary. Create a hidden space where the ordinary cannot follow, where sacred energy envelops you, and where every breath and heartbeat resonate in harmony with God's purpose. Lie down, chosen one. Rest fully, trust unreservedly, receive the divine renewal, the awakening, and the transformation that is already in motion. And as you do, remember every step of obedience, every moment of sacred rest, is witnessed and cherished by the divine, guiding you into the destiny you were created to fulfill. Chosen one, have you ever noticed how ordinary places keep you tethered to your struggles, pulling your attention back into the mundane challenges of life? Your living room, your bedroom, even the familiar corners of your home, they are all steeped in routine, infused with memories, tasks, and energies that keep you alert, reactive, and connected to worldly concerns. Is it any wonder that God is calling you to a place apart, a sanctuary distinct from the ordinary, where your spirit can fully surrender? This is not simply a suggestion, it is a divine mandate. God requires a sacred sleeping spot, a place carefully selected and prepared where your soul can meet Him without interruption, free from the distractions that limit the miraculous. The sacred resting place must be secret, secluded, and intentionally separated from people, pets, and even insects. At first, this may sound strict, perhaps even unnecessary. Yet consider the nature of what God is about to accomplish within you. When living beings surround you, their energies mingle with yours, subtle but influential, potentially disturbing the delicate process of renewal. Hebrews 4:10 reminds us, "For anyone who enters God's rest also rests from their works, just as God did from His." Chosen one, have you considered that your rest must be pure, uninterrupted, and untainted so that God can fully work within you? Like preparing a holy altar, your sacred sleeping space must be free of anything profane, mundane, or distracting. Could it be that the purity of this environment is what allows divine transformation to take root so deeply that nothing in the ordinary world can reach it? Think for a moment about the lives of those who understood the power of sacred seclusion. Leonardo da Vinci, for instance, often retreated into solitary workshops and studios for hours, sometimes days, allowing his mind to think in silence and uninterrupted focus. What came from these periods was nothing short of genius, paintings and inventions that reshaped the world. Could your obedience in creating a sacred, protected, sleeping space be the conduit for your own breakthroughs, spiritual, emotional, and even physical? Similarly, Albert Einstein valued moments of quiet reflection, walks alone in nature, and periods of thought unbroken by distractions, which led him to formulate theories that forever changed physics. Chosen one. If such iconic figures flourished in solitude, can you imagine what divine presence could accomplish when your environment is perfectly sanctified for rest? The seclusion God demands is not merely physical, it is energetic and spiritual. Your mind, body, and soul are intricately linked, and disturbances, no matter how small, interfere with the divine work being done inside you. Proverbs 4:23 warns. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Likewise, God is asking you to guard your sacred space as you would a heart entrusted with treasures, protecting it from interruptions, energies, or presences that might dilute the miracle. Even pets, insects, or lingering noise may seem harmless. Yet the divine blueprint of your transformation requires absolute sanctity. Now, imagine the peace of a place untouched by human or animal presence. Your breath and heartbeat are the only sounds. The air feels alive with divine energy, vibrating with sacred potential. This is not exaggeration. It is the environment in which God plants seeds of renewal that will germinate while you sleep. Consider Rosa Parks, whose quiet, steadfast defiance in moments of stillness became the catalyst for a nationwide movement. Could your obedience in quiet, sacred seclusion be similarly pivotal, unlocking forces within your life that will ripple outward far beyond what you can see? Psalm 127, contra 2 declares. In vain you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves. Chosen one. Your striving alone cannot unlock what God has prepared. Only through obedient rest can the divine energy flow into your being. The sacred sleep you are entering is more than rest. It is spiritual rebirth. While awake, your body is bound by ordinary limits. But in this divine sleep, your spirit transcends reality, entering a space where transformation occurs at both cellular and spiritual levels. Think of it like the metamorphosis of a butterfly encased in the chrysalis. The caterpillar appears dormant, even weak. Yet within lies the process that produces wings of radiant strength. This sacred sleep is a crossing point from preparation to activation. The waiting is over. You are leaving behind the cycles that bound you and stepping into a new phase of life. One infused with clarity, divine purpose, and spiritual potency. Consider Serena Williams before every match. She enters a period of intense focus and mental solitude. These moments of quiet are not passive, they are preparation for extraordinary action. Likewise, your obedience to God's command to rest fully will awaken capabilities you have never known. Your mind clears, your body renews, and your spirit aligns with God's blueprint for your destiny. Even in history, visionaries recognized the power of sacred withdrawal. Nikola Tesla, secluded in his hotel room for weeks at a time, unlocked inventions that reshaped the modern world. Marie Curie's laboratory isolation allowed her discoveries to flourish, free from distraction. Could your seclusion, chosen one, be the crucible for your own extraordinary breakthroughs, spiritual insights, or creative genius? You are not retreating out of fear, you are obeying the divine strategy, aligning yourself with a power far greater than ordinary comprehension. Isaiah 13:11 says, "In repentance and rest is your salvation. In quietness and trust is your strength." Chosen one, can you feel the truth of this resonating in your soul? Your obedience to rest, Your commitment to a sacred sleeping spot is your pathway to radical renewal. It is here, shielded from the ordinary, that the transformation begins subtle at first, like sunlight through a window, then gradually illuminating every corner of your being. As you lie down in this sacred space, remember, this is not metaphorical. God's power activates within you during this period, reshaping your nature, realigning your body, mind, and spirit. Luke 6:21 reminds us, "Blessed are you who hunger now, for you will be satisfied." Chosen one, are you ready to hunger for this divine satisfaction? To let go of the familiar and embrace the holy unknown? Your resting place is a sanctuary, a crucible, and a stage where God Himself conducts a transformation unlike anything you have ever known. You are stepping into a metamorphosis where your ordinary self dies and your divinely aligned self emerges. Finally, as you prepare your sacred resting space tonight, reflect on the words of Psalm 91:1. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Chosen one, are you willing to dwell here fully, to obey the call to seclusion, and to let the divine work wonders inside you? The space you create is the sacred soil from which your destiny will bloom. Every moment of obedient rest plants seeds of clarity, strength, and spiritual power that will guide you into your highest potential. Chosen one, have you ever felt, deep within, that your body is more than just flesh and bone, that it carries within it the blueprint for something divine, something luminous, something the world has yet to comprehend? Tonight, as you prepare for this sacred sleep, God is calling you to awaken not just spiritually, but physically, in ways that transcend ordinary comprehension. One of the most profound changes awaiting you in this rest is the awakening of your crystalline body. This may sound mystical, almost fantastical, yet it is a spiritual reality encoded in your very DNA. Your body, chosen one, will be refined into a vessel of light, a luminous form that resonates with divine energy, more resilient, healthier, and lighter than ever before. It is a divine upgrade, a transformation designed by God Himself to carry the weight of your destiny with grace and strength. Can you imagine stepping into your day fully aligned, every cell vibrating with purpose, every breath infused with divine power? Hidden within your DNA are rare, sacred codes, divine genes waiting for activation. This is not science, nor is it metaphor. As 1 Corinthians 6:19 reminds us, do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. Chosen one, your body is a temple, and tonight God Himself will touch its foundation. During this sacred sleep, these dormant codes awaken, initiating cellular renewal and rewriting your body's blueprint to reflect God's glory. Have you ever wondered how much of your potential lies dormant, waiting for divine activation? This moment is the unlocking of what was always meant to be clarity, vitality, strength, and alignment with your highest calling. Consider the lives of those who experienced extraordinary transformations through solitude, focus, and divine alignment. Nikola Tesla, isolated in his lab for months, accessed insights that reshaped modern technology. Could your sacred sleep be the laboratory where God's brilliance is installed within your cells? Marie Curie spent countless hours in meticulous, focused experimentation, her breakthroughs changing medicine and science forever. Even she recognized the power of patience, discipline, and uninterrupted focus. Chosen one. Tonight, God asks for your focus in stillness, not to create inventions, but to recreate you entirely, from the molecular level up, into a vessel capable of divine authority. This crystalline body you are about to awaken is more than mere physical beauty or strength. It is a body that will radiate spiritual light, a beacon that marks you unmistakably as a chosen vessel. Daniel 12:3 tells us, "Those who are wise will shine like the brightness of the heavens, and those who lead many to righteousness, like the stars forever and ever." Can you feel that? Chosen one, the glow you are about to inherit is not just for yourself, it will illuminate paths for others, draw wisdom, influence, and divine favor toward you, and prepare you to lead with authority. Like a lighthouse guiding ships through treacherous waters, your crystalline presence will guide others toward clarity and purpose. During this sacred sleep, God is activating not just your body, but the full alignment of mind, spirit, and purpose. Hidden talents and strengths, previously untapped, will surface. Abilities you never knew existed, capacities you only dreamed of, will awaken as the divine blueprint within you unfolds. Imagine having the wisdom of Solomon, the courage of David, the strategic insight of Joseph, all encoded within your renewed body and spirit. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to operate at the level of your full potential, unbound by fear, limitation, or doubt? This is precisely what God is offering you now. History provides real-life mirrors for what is happening to you. Consider Oprah Winfrey, whose periods of reflection, meditation, and alignment with purpose transformed her life from struggle to global influence. Nikola Tesla, again, whose solitude unlocked unimaginable discoveries. Rosa Parks, who found quiet strength before her defining moment of courage. Even icons of creativity like Frida Kahlo endured periods of pain and seclusion, allowing their inner fire to awaken fully. Chosen one. Can you see the pattern? Transformation, when divinely guided, always requires intentional stillness, sacred space, and obedient rest. Psalm 139:14 reminds us, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful." I know that full well. Chosen one. Your crystalline body is the ultimate expression of this truth. Fearfully made, wonderfully prepared, divinely aligned. Each cell, each gene, each breath is being rewritten to reflect God's glory, carrying not only power but purpose. You are not simply resting, you are undergoing a spiritual and physical metamorphosis that positions you for extraordinary leadership, influence, and divine authority. Isaiah 42:2 adds, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Can you feel the wings stirring within you? Chosen one, the crystalline body is not simply about luminosity, it is about resilience, endurance, and supernatural readiness. Whatever challenges lay ahead, your transformed self will navigate them with power and divine insight. This sacred sleep is the pivot point of your destiny. What you thought was possible, what you believed about your limitations, will be rewritten by God's hands. Your path forward will unfold in ways beyond imagination. opening doors of opportunity, leadership, and divine influence that were previously unreachable. Jeremiah 29:11 affirms, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." Chosen one, are you ready to step into that promise fully? To let God write a new chapter? A chapter where your past limitations, fears, and setbacks are no longer the authors of your life? Finally, consider the metamorphosis in nature. The caterpillar enters the chrysalis, unaware of its future wings. The process is unseen, sometimes uncomfortable, but the emergence is magnificent. Chosen one, tonight you are entering your own chrysalis, your crystalline body, your awakened divine genes, your spiritual alignment, all are being woven together into a new reality of health, authority, and divine purpose. Once this sacred sleep is embraced, you cannot return to the person you were before. You rise renewed, radiant, empowered, and ready to fulfill the destiny that only a chosen one could fulfill. Chosen one, have you ever sensed that the purpose of your life extends far beyond the ordinary? That your presence on this earth is meant to reshape not only your destiny, but the course of countless others? The sacred sleep God is commanding tonight is the gateway to that realization. It is not merely a pause, nor a rest from the world's trials. It is a divine recalibration, preparing you for a form of leadership unlike anything the world has witnessed. Do you feel that stirring within your soul, the quiet but undeniable call to rise into authority, wisdom, and influence that transcends human understanding? God is not just renewing your body or spirit, He is meticulously crafting you into a leader whose power is rooted in divine alignment, integrity, and the ability to steward both wealth and wisdom for the good of many. This leadership is not superficial, nor is it granted by chance or circumstance. It is anointment through obedience and sacred rest. A rise that touches every facet of your being. Your mind will sharpen with clarity, your body will vibrate with energy, and your spirit will radiate authority. Even your relationships will reflect this transformation, friends. Family and colleagues will sense the difference, recognizing your newfound resonance with divine purpose. Proverbs 11:14 says, "For lack of guidance a nation falls, but victory is won through many advisors." Chosen one, the guidance you are receiving in this sacred sleep is not just for you, it is for the world. You are destined to influence. How will you walk into your day tomorrow? Knowing that God's hand has already reshaped your capabilities and prepared you for leadership that demands respect without the need to force it. Consider history's most remarkable leaders. Abraham Lincoln, isolated and burdened with the weight of a nation, found moments of deep reflection and prayer that strengthened his resolve and wisdom. Florence Nightingale, alone in the dimly lit wards of hospitals, prepared herself through solitude to revolutionize modern nursing. Even Winston Churchill, during moments of strategic seclusion, cultivated the foresight and resilience that led nations through turmoil. Each of these leaders demonstrates a pattern. The extraordinary rise is preceded by intentional withdrawal, focus, and readiness to receive divine guidance. Chosen one, this is your moment to follow that divine rhythm, to withdraw into sacred sleep and emerge prepared for greatness. Creating the right environment for this transformation is as critical as the sleep itself. Your sacred resting spot must be pure, far from physical or spiritual clutter. Just as God commands holiness in sacred spaces, Your sanctuary must reflect reverence and intentional preparation. Clear away distractions. Remove items that carry discordant energy and craft a space that honors the moment. Leviticus 20:7 reminds us, "Consecrate yourselves and be holy, because I am the Lord your God." This is your consecration through rest. Chosen one. When your space mirrors the sacredness of this sleep, the energy of God flows unhindered, infusing your being with renewal, clarity, and the readiness to embrace the destiny He has written for you. Do you feel the weight of this preparation, the meticulous crafting of an environment worthy of divine presence? The rest you are entering is not ordinary. It is a profound reset for body, mind, and spirit. Life may have left you burdened, tired, or emotionally drained. Perhaps you carry invisible wounds, anxieties, and fears that have slowed your progress. Tonight, God commands that all of this be released. Through this sacred sleep, you will awaken lighter, freer, and infused with strength that cannot be acquired by effort alone. Philippians 4:13 affirms, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Chosen one. This is not just about strength, it is about divine empowerment. How much of your life could be changed if you surrendered fully, allowing God to lift burdens that you have carried for years, perhaps decades? The physical and spiritual benefits of this rest are profound. Your body will rejuvenate at the cellular level, your mind will clear from the fog of worry and doubt, your spirit will reconnect to its source, aligning with God's design for your life. Imagine shedding the heavy cloak of past struggles and stepping into a lighter, energized, and empowered state. Nelson Mandela, during his long years of solitary imprisonment, emerged not only unbroken but equipped to lead a nation with unparalleled wisdom and compassion. Could your sacred sleep serve as a crucible for the same kind of transformation, preparing you to fulfill a purpose larger than any challenge before you, beyond personal renewal? This sleep aligns you with divine authority and leadership potential. Wealth, influence, and respect are not goals. They are tools in God's hands for fulfilling His plans through you. Psalm 75:6-7 states, "For promotion comes neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but God is the judge. He puts down one and sets up another." This is your divine promotion. Chosen one. As you rest, God is actively preparing pathways for influence and abundance, guiding you toward opportunities that align with your highest calling. Do you feel the anticipation of this rise? The pull of destiny waiting to be stepped into, even in history. Divine preparation often precedes monumental shifts. Joseph, sold into slavery and forgotten in prison, was quietly prepared for leadership over Egypt. Moses, shepherding flocks in the desert, was being equipped for liberation and nation building. Esther, in solitude and preparation, was ready to save her people. Each example reflects a truth: God's timing is perfect, and preparation often requires sacred withdrawal. Chosen one. Tonight, your sacred sleep is that period of preparation, a moment to be molded, refined, and elevated. This is why your sanctuary must be more than clean, it must be sacred, shielded, and wholly devoted to divine presence. Matthew 6:6 reminds us, "But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father, who is unseen, Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. Chosen one, the reward for obedience, preparation, and faith is imminent. How will you honor this moment, knowing that your dedication tonight shapes not only your awakening, but the magnitude of influence you are about to step into? Finally, as you enter this sacred sleep, know that God is preparing to lift you beyond ordinary life. Every step of transformation is designed to produce a leader whose mind is clear, body strong, and spirit aligned. Your future will no longer be dictated by limitation, fear, or past struggles. Instead, you will awaken as someone fully equipped for leadership, abundance, and divine service. Your rise is not accidental. It is a divine decree, unstoppable and imminent. Chosen one, will you obey tonight and step into the rest that leads to your awakening? Chosen one, do you feel it? That subtle but insistent tug within your spirit, the awareness that this moment is unlike any other you have encountered. God's patience, though infinite in love, is not infinite in timing. There is a season for every purpose under heaven, and the season for your transformation is here and now. Eclesiastes 3:1 declares, there is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. Have you recognized that the window for your divine awakening will not remain open indefinitely? Every second you hesitate, every doubt you entertain, is a second spent outside the fullness of what God has prepared for you. This is why urgency pulses through your spirit tonight. It is not punishment, but a loving summons to step into your destiny without delay. Imagine for a moment the great figures of history who answered divine or prophetic calls in decisive moments. Moses, called from tending sheep in the wilderness, did not delay. Had he lingered in hesitation, the liberation of a nation would have been postponed. Esther, summoned to approach the king, faced mortal risk, but stepped into her appointed time, saving her people from destruction. Even modern visionaries, like Martin Luther King Jr., rose decisively to moments of moral and spiritual urgency, shaping the course of a nation. Chosen one, you are being called to the same level of decisive obedience. For God's plan for you is already moving, waiting only for your surrender. Will you rise or linger in hesitation? God sees the unseen. Chosen one, he sees the incredible potential within you, the latent power and authority waiting just beyond this sacred rest. Hebrews 11:1 reminds us, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Your inability to see the full picture is not a limitation. It is an invitation to trust beyond comprehension, to allow divine wisdom to lead where your understanding cannot. Have you considered that every moment of doubt, every mental hesitation, delays not just your personal breakthroughs, but the ripples of influence God intends to flow through you to others? Your obedience tonight is not just for your sake, it is for the countless lives you are meant to touch, heal, and lead. The sacred sleep God commands is unlike any ordinary rest. It is the portal through which your true purpose is revealed and activated. You are stepping beyond false identities, beyond the weight of human expectations and societal limitations. You are claiming your birthright as a leader, a healer, and a vessel of divine authority. Can you feel that within your soul? That subtle tremor of recognition, the awareness that you were never meant to walk as ordinary, but as extraordinary. Isaiah 60:1 declares, arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Chosen one, this light is already stirring within, awaiting the moment you surrender fully to God's command. Consider the countless examples of individuals who embraced decisive surrender and emerged as vessels of transformation. Florence Nightingale, isolated in quiet reflection, became a pioneer of modern nursing. George Washington, facing immense uncertainty, committed to the call of leadership and forged a nation. Harriet Tubman, risking life and freedom, followed divine guidance to lead hundreds to liberation. These were not ordinary awakenings, they were radical acts of faith and surrender, demonstrating the power of responding to God's call with immediacy. Chosen one, tonight, your sacred sleep is the same crucible, a decisive moment that will transform your identity, amplify your authority, and ignite your destiny. Through this sacred rest, your soul will receive wisdom, clarity, and strength in ways that surpass natural comprehension. Your body will release tension, your mind will clear, and your spirit will align with the blueprint God designed specifically for you. Philippians 2:13 affirme, "For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill His good purpose." Do you sense that God is already at work, even now, preparing you to walk boldly in your calling, to speak with authority, and to operate in power that is unmistakably divine? This is not metaphorical. This is your life being rewoven, your essence being refined and readied for a future that mirrors God's glory. The sacred sleep is more than a pause. It is a radical act of faith. To rest now is to declare, "I trust God's plan more than my own understanding," even if doubt whispers in your ear, even if fear tightens its grip. Your obedience is the key to unlocking transformation. Jesus himself models this principle. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Luke 22:42 records his prayer, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours be done." Obedience in the face of uncertainty. Surrender in the shadow of fear. This is the conduit through which divine power flows. Chosen one, will you follow that example tonight and allow sacred sleep to become your gateway to authority, clarity, and destiny? Your rest tonight is also an act of claiming your rightful power. It is a declaration that you will not be defined by human constraints, by fear, or by the expectations of others. This sleep is your alignment with God's design, and with it comes divine authority that manifests in every area of your life, your decisions, your influence, and your relationships. Think of leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, whose periods of fasting and meditation were not merely physical practices, but spiritual disciplines that activated moral authority and reshaped entire societies. Chosen one, what could God achieve through you if you embrace this sacred sleep with the same unwavering commitment? Finally, remember this: divine urgency is not a threat, it is a loving summons. The transformation waiting for you is too powerful to delay. Romans 13:11 reminds us, "And do this." Understanding the present time, the hour has already come for you to wake from your slumber, because our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. Chosen one, the hour has come. The sacred sleep is not optional. It is the threshold to your awakening, your empowerment, and your emergence as a leader filled with divine wisdom, authority, and unstoppable influence. Will you step across it tonight? Will you answer God's call with faith, courage, and decisive obedience? The world awaits the version of you that will rise from this sacred rest, the leader, the healer, the vessel of divine purpose. Do not wait any longer. The window of opportunity is open, but it will not remain so indefinitely. The sacred sleep is your key. Your surrender is your power. The obedience you choose tonight determines the magnitude of your awakening and the authority you will carry. Chosen one, hear this call. Trust without hesitation, and embrace the divine rest that will reshape everything about your life and your destiny. Chosen one, have you prepared your heart tonight? Before you lie down in that sacred space, before the stillness embraces your body, take a moment to center yourself with intention. Do not simply drift into rest as though sleep were ordinary. This is a holy pause, a deliberate act of alignment with God's will, a portal to the profound transformation awaiting you. Psalm 46:10 commands us, "Be still and know that I am God." Yet stillness is more than silence, it is preparation, a conscious readiness to receive divine activation. Ask yourself, is my mind truly clear? Have I set aside fear, doubt, and resistance? Will I allow myself to enter this sacred rest with a heart wide open to God's presence? Preparation begins in thought. Clear your mind of the clutter that clouds vision and blocks spiritual flow. Consider your inner landscape like a vessel. If it is crowded with anxiety, resentment, or hesitation, the sacred energy cannot fully fill you. John 14:27 reminds us, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives." Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. Chosen one, this is your moment to actively replace fear with faith, doubt with trust, and confusion with clarity. Begin by speaking words of surrender aloud or silently within your heart. I release all doubts. I welcome God's presence. I am ready for transformation. These simple declarations are more powerful than you may realize. They serve as spiritual keys, unlocking doors that have long been closed to your growth. Think of the great leaders, pioneers, and visionaries who prepared themselves spiritually before stepping into their destiny. Mother Teresa spent countless hours in silent prayer before serving the poorest of the poor, drawing strength from God's presence to guide her actions. Nelson Mandela, though imprisoned, cultivated a mental and spiritual space of clarity and purpose that allowed him to emerge not only free, but as a leader of profound moral authority. Harriet Beecher Stowe prayed and reflected before penning works that would reshape society. And Nikola Tesla reportedly meditated on visions and ideas that would revolutionize technology. Even modern spiritual teachers like Oprah Winfrey speak of intentional morning rituals that set the tone for their purpose. Chosen one, your preparation is no different. Your sacred sleep is your moment to align with a power far greater than any human plan. Resistance is natural. Your mind may protest, whispering doubts. What if this doesn't work? Your body may resist, unwilling to release tension it has carried for decades. Your heart may cling to fear or linger on unresolved questions. Romans 12 contre 2 instruct. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The resistance you feel is the threshold of transformation. Each flicker of doubt is an invitation to surrender. Each moment of tension, an opportunity to release control. Have you considered that this very resistance is the gateway to your breakthrough? Surrender is not weakness. It is the ultimate act of faith, a conscious decision to let God's plan flow through you. Unhindered by fear or human expectation. Visualize yourself, chosen one, handing over every worry, fear, and tension to God as though you were a child trusting a loving parent. Imagine placing every burden on a table before you, stepping back and letting the divine energy carry it away. Philippians 4:6 à 7 assures us. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. This peace is not a concept, it is a living force ready to transform your body, mind, and spirit during this sacred sleep. History reveals how yielding to divine or higher guidance transforms lives. Abraham stepped into an unknown land, trusting God's promises. Joseph, imprisoned and forgotten, surrendered to divine timing, rising to authority that would save nations. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, facing impossible oppression, surrendered to God's calling, leaving a legacy of faith and moral courage that still inspires. Malala Yousafzai, despite fear and threat, trusted in a higher purpose, becoming a voice for millions. Even Leonardo da Vinci, in the stillness of meditation and focused study, unlocked creative genius that changed the course of art and science. Chosen one, like them, your surrender is not passive, it is powerful, catalytic, and transformative. Resistance may attempt to linger, even as you lie down. Patience, faith, and persistence in surrender are required. 2 Corinthians 12:9 tells us, My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Every doubt you release, every fear you relinquish, strengthens the flow of divine energy within you. Each act of surrender rewires your heart, mind, and soul to operate from a higher frequency, aligning you with the destiny God has meticulously prepared. This alignment is not gradual, it is immediate and irreversible once embraced, and it marks the turning point where you step fully into the life of authority, wisdom, and influence that is your inheritance. Before you rest, affirm your intention. I release all resistance. I trust God's plan. I surrender to this sacred rest. Repeat this declaration as often as needed. Feel it resonate in your chest. Let it echo through every fiber of your being. Psalm 34:8 reminds us, Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the one who takes refuge in him. Chosen one, surrender is that refuge, the place where divine power, clarity, and restoration meet you fully. When you fully let go, you allow God to rewrite your story, renew your body, and awaken the full measure of your potential. This preparation is sacred. It is the difference between ordinary sleep and the sleep that transforms, the threshold between who you were and who God has called you to be. Your inner state, the clarity of your mind, the openness of your heart, the readiness of your spirit directly influences the depth and potency of this transformation. Are you ready to release all that has weighed you down? Are you ready to allow God's energy to flow freely through every cell, thought, and heartbeat? Are you ready to embrace the profound peace, power, and authority that await? Finally, know this sacred sleep is your divine appointment. and preparation is the key that unlocks its full potential. It is not optional, it is your right, your destiny, and your responsibility to enter it fully surrendered, fully present, and fully trusting. The more decisively you yield, the more profound your awakening. Chosen one, tonight, as you lie in your sacred spot, let every fiber of your being declare, I am ready, I am open, I am surrendered, I am transformed. The Tikli, chosen one. Have you ever considered that what the world calls loneliness may actually be your greatest spiritual weapon? Isolation, often misunderstood and feared, is a sacred space designed by God for your deepest transformation. The noise of the world, the endless distractions, opinions, and demands can cloud the clarity of your mind and heart. But when you step away, intentionally and with purpose, you create a sanctuary of silence where the divine can move unhindered. Psalm 46:10 reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." But have you paused long enough to truly feel what stillness can do for you? In this sacred solitude, you are no longer bound by the expectations of others or the pressures of society. You are free to encounter your true self and hear the whispers of God that guide your next steps. Isolation is not emptiness, it is fertile ground. Think of it as the spiritual greenhouse where your soul is nurtured and renewed. In solitude, every thought, every breath, and every heartbeat can become an instrument of divine alignment. You may begin to notice insights surfacing that were previously drowned by the constant chatter of your daily life. You may feel clarity where confusion once lingered, wisdom where doubt once ruled, and strength where weakness once lingered. Isaiah 30:21 declares, "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you, saying, 'This is the way, walk in it.'" Chosen one. This voice can only be heard when the world falls silent around you. How long have you allowed noise, opinions, or the rush of life to cloud this divine communication? The sacred sleep you are about to enter demands isolation because transformation requires space. Just as a seed must be buried deep within the soil, away from sunlight and distraction, to sprout into its full potential, your spirit must be given the same care. Without intentional solitude, your spiritual rebirth may be interrupted, delayed, or even diluted. Imagine trying to cultivate a garden in the middle of a bustling city without protection, without calm. The results would be limited, weak, and vulnerable. Likewise, your soul's potential cannot flourish when constantly bombarded by external energies. Embrace isolation not as a punishment or hardship, but as a divine gift, a sacred protection from interference, and a preparatory space where God's power can work without hindrance. Consider those who harnessed the power of solitude throughout history. Moses retreated into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, emerging as a prophet ready to lead nations. Jesus withdrew to the mountains, away from the crowds, to pray and align fully with the Father's will. Saint Teresa of Avila spent hours in contemplation, discovering the depths of her spiritual authority. Modern leaders like Steve Jobs often sought periods of isolation to gain clarity, innovate, and envision the future before acting decisively. Chosen one. These examples are not coincidences. They are patterns demonstrating that solitude is the forge of greatness. The isolation you embrace tonight is your personal wilderness, your sacred retreat, where your divine gifts are awakened and refined. Recognizing when you are ready for this sacred rest is equally crucial. God's timing is perfect, and your body, mind, and soul know when the moment has come. You may feel a deep, persistent yearning, a spiritual hunger that cannot be satisfied by ordinary experiences, mundane achievements, or fleeting distractions. Have you felt that pull? A restless energy urging you to step beyond what you already know. Perhaps your body signals readiness, exhausted yet yearning for peace that ordinary sleep cannot provide. Perhaps your spirit stirs with urgency, a quiet insistence that you can no longer settle for the limitations of your previous routines. Or maybe life itself has prepared you the trials, the heartbreaks, the awakenings, the moments of profound challenge, all nudging you towards surrender and divine alignment. Proverbs 3:6 assures us, "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths." Chosen one, can you sense the straight path calling you? Quietly but persistently. Through this stillness, isolation is also a shield. While you are away from the noise and distraction of the world, God can work freely within you. There are no competing energies, no conflicting demands, no external chaos to dilute the sacred work being done. Ephesians 6:2 reminds us, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." Solitude strengthens your armor. It is in this quiet that your crystalline body begins to awaken, where dormant genes and divine blueprints prepare to activate, and where your entire being aligns for leadership, authority, and unstoppable influence. Without this isolation, these spiritual activations could be slowed or interrupted. Practical preparation for this isolation is essential. Your space must be sacred. Remove clutter, distractions, and anything that could disturb your focus or dilute the purity of your environment. Light a candle, burn incense, or arrange your surroundings in a way that honors the presence of God. Treat your resting place as a temple, a sanctuary prepared for divine work. As you lie down, center your mind and heart. Breathe deeply, releasing tension, worry, and doubt. Speak words of surrender. I release all distractions. I welcome your presence. I am ready for renewal and activation. Allow your soul to soften, your mind to quiet, and your body to relax fully. The power of this sacred isolation extends far beyond the moments of sleep. The clarity, peace, and divine insights you receive will ripple through your life, shaping your decisions, your relationships, and your destiny. Your soul, having been tempered in this quiet, emerges stronger, wiser, and more aligned with God's purposes. Just as Elijah heard God not in the wind, earthquake, or fire, but in the still small voice, 1 Kings 19:12. So too will your divine guidance be revealed in the profound silence of your own sacred space. Chosen one, are you ready to hear this voice? Are you prepared to fully embrace the quiet, knowing it is the conduit of your transformation? Chosen one, have you noticed that sacred tension within you, the simultaneous anticipation and fear that rises like a tide before a storm? That sacred unease is not an accident. It is God's gentle way of signaling that you stand at the threshold of transformation. Hebrews 12:11 reminds us, No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful later on. However, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. Chosen one, the tension you feel is part of this divine discipline. It is the indicator that your heart, mind, and spirit are aligning with God's perfect timing. Are you listening closely to these emotions, or are you trying to silence them with distraction? Know that these sacred stirrings are not obstacles. They are the very signs that your soul is ready to step into a new dimension of awareness, clarity, and purpose. Readiness, chosen one, is not perfection. It is not the absence of doubt, anxiety, or uncertainty. Readiness is the willingness to surrender, the courage to answer the call, even when the path is unclear, when your soul whispers, now, when your heart aches for this sacred rest. Trust that God is inviting you into something far greater than anything you can comprehend. Are you willing to say yes, fully and without reservation, to this divine call? Your willingness unlocks doors that logic and planning could never open. As you step into this sacred sleep, prepare to awaken, changed, renewed, and awaken to your true identity. Expect your mind to sharpen beyond ordinary comprehension, your intuition to rise like a clear, guiding flame, and your spirit to resonate with divine insight. Isaiah 40 contra 31 declares, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Chosen one, this is the promise you are about to experience. Old fears that once felt insurmountable will lose their grip. Limitations imposed by doubt, societal expectation, or past mistakes will dissolve. What was once distant will become possible. What was once impossible will now manifest in ways you had never imagined. Consider historical examples. Joseph in the Old Testament endured betrayal, imprisonment, and years of waiting before God elevated him to oversee the storehouses of Egypt, transforming nations through his divine wisdom. Modern leaders like Oprah Winfrey, after years of struggle and isolation, emerged as a global force for inspiration and empowerment. Even inventors like Nikola Tesla spent countless hours in solitude, allowing his mind to connect with visions that would reshape the world. Chosen one, these are not coincidences. They are patterns revealing the sacred principle. True transformation often comes in moments of stillness, reflection, and surrender. Spiritually, this sacred sleep connects you deeper than ever before to God. It envelops you in divine love and strength, infusing every fiber of your being with purpose and clarity. Psalm 16:11 proclaims, "You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand." When you emerge from this rest, your awareness will be elevated. You will see opportunities where before there were obstacles. Challenges will no longer intimidate, because your perspective has shifted from limitation to divine empowerment. This awakening is not fleeting. It is the beginning of a new chapter, where every decision, every step, and every thought is aligned with your higher purpose. Your body, chosen one, is a living temple during this sacred sleep. While you rest, your cells are infused with divine power, renewing strength, health, and spiritual authority. This rest is active, not passive. Romans 12:1 reminds us, "Therefore, I urge you, Brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. When you surrender your body fully into this sacred process, it becomes a vessel of miracles, healing, creativity, insight, and manifestation flow effortlessly through you. Like a conduit receiving the full force of a river, your being channels divine energy into the world. You no longer rely solely on your own strength. Your actions, words, and decisions are infused with God's anointing, producing results beyond the scope of human effort. Consider the miraculous power of rest in the lives of others. Leonardo da Vinci, through deep periods of reflective solitude, created visions centuries ahead of his time. Nikola Tesla, during his restful meditations, tapped into insights that led to revolutionary inventions. Historical leaders such as Abraham Lincoln found clarity and wisdom during quiet moments of reflection in the White House study. Even in contemporary spiritual leaders like Mother Teresa, periods of contemplative solitude fueled relentless compassion and service. Chosen one, your sacred sleep is your personal laboratory of divine power, just as theirs was. So too is yours. Yet fear is natural. The unknown always brings trepidation. Fear of losing control. Fear of leaving familiar patterns. Fear of stepping into uncharted spiritual terrain. All of these are normal companions. But fear is a signal, not a barrier. Do Timothy Viennas Septini says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Chosen one, every flicker of fear is an invitation to trust more deeply, to lean further into the divine process, and to allow God to complete what He has started within you. The breakthrough you anticipate is held back only by hesitation. Will you cling to what is comfortable, or will you step into the sacred unknown with faith and courage? This sacred sleep also fosters manifestation. As your body rejuvenates, your spirit activates latent potentials, preparing you to live in alignment with divine favor. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." When your rest is fully surrendered, your actions upon waking are infused with divine strategy. Opportunities that once seemed distant appear naturally. Your intuition guides you to people, places, and decisions that accelerate your purpose. Even your relationships and projects are magnetically aligned with your calling. Rest, chosen one, is not absence, it is preparation, activation, and strategic alignment with God's power. Chosen one, have you ever paused to ask yourself why fear lingers even when you know God is orchestrating your life? That tension, that subtle resistance within, is the doorway to a deeper trust. Trust begins with surrender. When you release your grip on outcomes, when you place every plan, hope, and worry into God's hands, the power of fear starts to dissolve. Isaiah 41:10 reassures us, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Chosen one, can you feel that divine hand supporting you right now? Even as uncertainty whispers around you, your willingness to surrender is the spark that ignites transformation. It is not weakness, it is the boldest act of faith you can demonstrate. Fear often disguises itself as rational concern, but it is crucial to discern between healthy caution and paralyzing doubt. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." Chosen one, are you leaning on your own understanding, or are you letting God's wisdom guide you? Each small step of obedience, each act of releasing control, diminishes fear and fortifies faith. Remember, you are never alone in this process. God walks beside you, holding you with unwavering love and strength. When fear rises, visualize him as a shield enveloping you, turning every attack into a lesson, every doubt into clarity. Spiritual rebirth is rarely instantaneous. The call to sacred sleep, though urgent, unfolds with divine patience. Ecclesiastes 3:1 reminds us, there is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. Chosen one, do you feel that divine season calling you? Even when results are not immediately visible, know that each moment is meticulously orchestrated by God. Patience is not passive, it is active faith, a quiet preparation that strengthens both character and spirit. The moments of restlessness, doubt, or discomfort are not obstacles. They are sacred instructors teaching endurance, humility, and deeper trust. Consider historical examples of patience in the face of divine timing. Abraham waited decades for the promise of Isaac, and in that waiting, his faith was refined into unwavering obedience. Joseph endured betrayal, imprisonment, and years of uncertainty, emerging not broken but elevated to transform nations. In modern times, Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in confinement, yet emerged to lead South Africa with profound wisdom, compassion, and resilience. Even J.K. Rowling faced countless rejections before Harry Potter came to life in the world, teaching us that patience allows blessings to ripen fully. Chosen one, your waiting is not wasted. It is the soil in which your divine transformation is taking root. The sacred sleep God calls you into is more than rest. It is the vessel of divine strength that will sustain you throughout every challenge of life. 2 Corinthians 12:9 declares, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Chosen one, what if every weakness you perceive is actually the space in which God's power grows strongest? As you surrender to this sacred process, your spirit becomes fortified with supernatural endurance, courage, and resilience. Emotional wounds begin to heal, physical energy is renewed, and your mind becomes a channel for divine insight. This is not metaphorical. It is a tangible spiritual activation that prepares you to move in authority, wisdom, and influence. Many before you have experienced these same blessings when they submitted fully to God's sacred rest. David, after years of running from Saul, found strength and clarity in periods of solitude and prayer, eventually rising as the anointed king of Israel. Mother Teresa, through her silent hours of reflection and devotion, received spiritual fortitude to serve tirelessly among the poorest. In the realm of innovation, Thomas Edison understood the necessity of rest and focused solitude, which became the incubator for the light bulb that illuminated the world. Even in contemporary spiritual leaders, individuals who embrace intentional spiritual rest find their influence expanding far beyond their personal capacity. Chosen one, Your surrender today opens the door for the same divine fortification. Yet the challenge remains. Will you trust without seeing the full picture? Will you believe in God's orchestration even when the path seems uncertain? This is the essence of faith. Hebrews 11:1 defines it perfectly. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Every moment you choose trust over fear, patience over rush, obedience over doubt. You strengthen the foundation of your spiritual rebirth. It is in this sacred surrender that the fullness of your new self is activated, layer by layer, until you awaken with profound clarity, vision, and purpose. Patience is also a form of worship. Chosen one, as you wait faithfully, you honor God's perfect timing. Romans 8:28 reassures us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Are you ready to see every waiting period as a sacred invitation, not a burden? Each day, each moment of surrender, each prayer whispered in expectation strengthens your connection to divine purpose. The longer you remain faithful, the more robust your transformation becomes, allowing you to emerge fully equipped for leadership, creativity, healing, and influence. Chosen one, have you ever considered that your sacred rest is actually the preparation ground for leadership? Yes. This sacred sleep is not just about renewal, it is the crucible where God awakens you as a leader, not merely a person navigating life, but a chosen vessel entrusted with divine authority. This leadership is not measured by worldly ambition, titles, or control. It is a sacred responsibility infused with wisdom, integrity, and spiritual power. Jeremiah 1:9 reminds us, "Then the Lord reached out His hand and touched my mouth and said to me, I have put my words in your mouth." Chosen one. Just as God placed His words in the mouth of Jeremiah, He is placing divine authority within you. Can you feel that unseen anointing awakening, preparing you to step into a role that transcends ordinary human understanding? Leadership through sacred sleep begins with clarity. When you awaken, you will notice a new confidence, a heightened awareness of your purpose, and an understanding of your role in the grand design of God's kingdom. Decisions that once felt heavy or confusing will now align with divine wisdom. You will inspire those around you, not through coercion, but through example, through the calm certainty that comes from a spirit intimately connected with God. Proverbs 16:9 assures us, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." Chosen one, have you realized that the steps you will soon take are already ordained, perfectly synchronized with the divine flow? True leadership is never about control or dominance. It is about service, empowerment, and guidance. Your emerging authority will open doors not for personal gain, but for kingdom advancement. You are called to lead with humility, compassion, and strength, modeling the virtues God desires in those who bear responsibility. When others falter, your steadiness will inspire courage. When doubts rise, your clarity will provide direction. This is a leadership forged in sacred rest, one that carries weight without faltering because it is rooted in God, not human ego. Consider the leaders who exemplified this sacred authority. Moses spent 40 days and nights in divine isolation before leading a nation out of captivity. During that time, he was transformed, prepared to carry the weight of leadership with humility and faith. Similarly, Queen Elizabeth I, before ascending the throne, endured years of political uncertainty and personal trials, which tempered her judgment, resilience, and capacity to rule wisely. In modern spiritual leadership, individuals like Pope John Paul II drew strength through prayer and reflection, which fortified them to guide millions with vision and courage. Even in secular history, figures like Mahatma Gandhi spent years in self-discipline and contemplation before leading a movement that reshaped an entire nation. Chosen one, do you see the pattern? Preparation, often unseen and silent, is the key to extraordinary leadership. Your sacred sleep is your preparation. But this sacred sleep is not only about leadership, it is about profound healing. Your body, mind, and spirit undergo restoration simultaneously, touching every facet of your being. Psalm 147:3 says, "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." Chosen one, as you enter this sacred rest, can you surrender your past pain, your emotional scars, and the weariness that has accumulated over years? Your body begins repairing itself at a cellular level, releasing toxins and renewing vitality, while your spirit is gently restored, healing wounds that have long hindered your divine purpose. Emotional traumas, spiritual fatigue, and past disappointments are lifted as you rest fully in God's presence. This restoration is holistic, harmonizing your body, mind, and spirit. You may awaken feeling a deep sense of peace, a renewed energy, and a joy that permeates every area of your life. Exodus 9 promises. The Lord replied, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." Chosen one, are you ready to allow God's presence to saturate your being, to become the source of complete restoration? This is the medicine for your soul, the balm that revitalizes your system, and the secret power behind your forthcoming influence. Many before you have walked this path and experienced tangible transformation. David, after fleeing King Saul, spent years in wilderness solitude, emerging as a leader whose influence reshaped a nation. Helen Keller, though physically constrained, drew strength from deep reflection and inner surrender, eventually becoming a beacon of hope and inspiration worldwide. Modern leaders like Nelson Mandela used isolation and contemplation to prepare for extraordinary leadership, enabling them to navigate complex political landscapes with vision and grace. Even creative innovators such as Leonardo da Vinci relied on periods of focused solitude to birth works that changed the world. Chosen one, your sacred sleep is not an idle pause. It is the engine room of your potential, preparing you to emerge healed, empowered, and authoritative. This healing extends beyond the physical and emotional. It strengthens your spiritual resilience. Your sacred rest equips you to confront future challenges with courage and faith. Every struggle you faced, every moment of doubt, is being transformed into lessons, fortifying your spirit for the responsibility of leadership. Isaiah 40:31 affirms, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Chosen one, imagine your spirit soaring, renewed and unshakable, ready to carry the mantle of divine authority. As you step into this sacred rest, remember, the process is as important as the awakening. Do not rush it. Do not question its necessity. Every hour of surrender, every moment of stillness is shaping you into a leader equipped with divine insight, compassion, and unwavering strength. Leadership born from sacred sleep is not fragile. It does not crumble under pressure. It is enduring, grounded in divine purpose, and radiates the authority of God through every decision and action you take. So tonight, as you prepare for this sacred sleep, affirm within yourself, I am being prepared for divine leadership. My body, mind, and spirit are being healed and restored. I awaken with clarity, courage, and authority. God's power flows through me as I step into my purpose. Chosen one. These affirmations are not mere words, they are spiritual activations, opening the channels for divine transformation, healing, and empowerment. Trust in the process. Embrace this sacred rest fully. Know that as you sleep, God is working in every corner of your being, restoring, empowering, and preparing you for a leadership that reflects His glory and accomplishes His will. Tonight, let your heart rest in the assurance that you are being made whole, healed, and ready to lead. Your sacred sleep is your preparation ground, your renewal station, and your passage into a life of divine influence and authority. Step boldly into this sacred rest, chosen one, and awaken to the leader God intended you to be. Beloved chosen ones, as we come to the close of this sacred teaching, remember this: creating your sacred sleeping spot is only the beginning. The true power lies not merely in setting aside a space, but in protecting it with unwavering devotion. This sanctuary is where God's transformative work occurs, where the old you dissolves and the new you emerges fully aligned with divine purpose. Every distraction you allow, every intrusion you permit, diminishes the potency of this holy process. Technology, constant notifications, unsolicited advice, and even your own racing thoughts can all interfere with the profound metamorphosis that is unfolding within you. Therefore, guard your sacred space fiercely, as you would protect a treasure entrusted directly from heaven. Set clear boundaries. Let those around you know, with love and authority, that this time and space are untouchable. Your commitment to protect it is an act of obedience that honors God and accelerates your awakening. Imagine your sacred space as a temple, every element within it, the quiet, the light, the air, even the energy becomes a conduit for divine power. Psalm 91:1 tells us, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." Chosen one, when you inhabit your sacred spot with intention, you are literally dwelling in God's shadow. Here, in this protected environment, your body, mind, and spirit are shielded from the ordinary pressures of the world, allowing the extraordinary work of transformation to proceed unimpeded. Every moment spent in this space is an investment into the leadership, clarity, and spiritual authority that God is raising within you. Now, I want to pause and acknowledge you, dear one, for walking this path alongside me. Thank you for taking the time to honor your spirit and to receive this message. Thank you for allowing these teachings to reach into the deepest chambers of your soul. And for those of you who have supported this channel through super thanks, know that your generosity fuels the continuation of this sacred work. Every contribution is not just a donation, it is an affirmation of faith, a declaration that divine wisdom matters, and a partnership in awakening others. Yet, even if you have not donated, know this: my gratitude extends to you fully. Your presence, your attention, your willingness to engage with this message is already a gift to the kingdom, and I honor you for it. Your spiritual journey, your commitment to transformation, is seen, valued, and celebrated. Chosen one, let us consider the ripple effect of protecting your sacred sleep. This is not a selfish act, it is a spiritual strategy. As you guard this space, you are creating a foundation for every area of your life to align with God's design. Relationships, work, health, creativity, and leadership all receive the overflow of the power generated in this quiet sanctuary. Those who respect your boundaries will notice your transformation. Those who doubt or mock may find themselves witnessing the manifestation of divine authority that emerges from your discipline. James 1:17 reminds us, "Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights." Your sacred rest is one of these gifts, and protecting it is how you fully receive its perfection. It is also important to recognize that sacred sleep is both a gift and a responsibility. The gift is obvious: rest, restoration, clarity, spiritual renewal, and the activation of leadership within you. The responsibility is subtle but profound: the act of protection, of intention, and of respect for the process. You are not simply lying down to sleep, you are participating in a sacred covenant with God. You are agreeing to let go of distractions, to silence the external noise, and to surrender to the work of divine formation. Each time you honor this covenant, your alignment strengthens, and your capacity to operate in supernatural favor increases. Beloved, have you noticed how often the world pressures us to hurry, to multitask, to be constantly available? The sacred sleep calls you to a countercultural path, one of stillness, focus, and divine trust. By fiercely protecting your space, you are declaring that you will not be manipulated by chaos. You are saying, in essence, this time belongs to God and to my transformation. No distraction will steal it from me. This is not arrogance, this is obedience. And in obedience lies power. In obedience lies protection. In obedience lies the revelation of the new life God has prepared for you. Now, consider how your commitment to sacred rest impacts your leadership. Every great leader, every individual called to guide and inspire, has known the value of solitude and the protection of sacred space. Moses retreated to the mountain. David sought refuge in the wilderness. And Esther spent moments in private prayer before stepping into her kingdom-defining role. In contemporary times, leaders like Angela Merkel or Nelson Mandela embraced quiet reflection and disciplined isolation to prepare for decisions that shaped nations. Chosen one, your sacred sleep is preparing you for similar breakthroughs. By honoring this rest, by protecting it, you are priming yourself to lead with discernment, courage, and divine wisdom. As you close your eyes each night, do so with intention. Affirm in your heart, this is my sacred space. This is my covenant with God. No distraction, nor chaos. No fear can enter here. I am being renewed. I am being empowered. I am being prepared for leadership, service, and destiny. Speak these words not just as affirmation, but as spiritual command, declaring your space as untouchable, your transformation as unstoppable, and your alignment with God as absolute. Beloved, let this sacred sleep also serve as a shield against fear, doubt, and discouragement. As you rest, your spirit is infused with divine courage, your heart is strengthened with unshakable faith, and your mind is sharpened with clarity and insight. Isaiah, Kaktundan Kus, calm, promises, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast, because they trust in you." Chosen one. The steadfastness you cultivate by protecting your sacred rest is what secures this perfect peace. Even when the world shakes, even when pressures rise, your foundation remains unmovable because it is built on God's presence within you. Finally, as we bring this teaching to a close, I want to bless you abundantly. May your sacred sleep be deep and restorative. May every cell in your body vibrate with divine energy. May your spirit awaken with clarity, your mind with insight, and your heart with courage. May every area of your life align with God's perfect plan. May you rise each day with renewed purpose, ready to step into leadership, service, and influence. And may your sacred space remain untouchable, a sanctuary where transformation flows freely and powerfully. Thank you, Chosen One, for walking this journey with me. Thank you for allowing this message to reach your soul. And thank you to those who have supported through Super Thanks. Your generosity helps continue the spread of divine wisdom. But even if you have not given, know that your presence and attention are deeply appreciated. God says you, values you, and is moving mightily on your behalf. So tonight, as you prepare to enter your sacred rest, do so with joy, confidence, and expectation. Declare your space holy, guard it fiercely, receive God's transformative power, and awaken tomorrow as the leader, the healed, the empowered, and the divinely aligned chosen one you were always meant to be. Amen.